What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm still in disbelief. This is the day after the Winnipeg Jets come back from down 3-1 in the third period. Goaltender pulled to not only tie this game, send it to overtime, but win it in double overtime in the most dramatic fashion possible. We're going to talk about all of it here. We're going to talk about the series, but I can't believe it happened. I'm still in utter disbelief that the Jets were able to get this done, but wow, what a series. This series has been, back and forth, roller coaster ride. The home team has always, really dominated. The Jets are a totally different team at home, won their first two games. They go into St. Louis and they get flat out embarrassed. The Demons come back. Is this Connor Hellebuyck? Is this what he does in the playoffs? Well, you know what? We head to Game 5. Jets win it. They're up 3-2 in the series, and it kind of looks all right. They're heading into Game 6 with no Mark Scheifele. Can they get it done? They looked really good for about half the game, and then they imploded once again, just like they did on the road in Games 3 and 4. We go to Game 7. All the pressure of the world is on Winnipeg. They go down 1-0 early, 2-0 early. Do you pull Connor Hellebuyck, right? This is arguably, the most important game of his career. I'll talk about that a lot later on here. But they don't go ahead and pull him. The Jets claw their way back. Cole Perfetti makes it 2-1. The Blues make it 3-1 heading into the third. And late in the game, who is it? It's Vlad Namestnikov stepping up for the injured Mark Scheifele, scoring to, bring the Jets within one with the goaltender pulled. With the goaltender still pulled, 6-on-5. The Jets scrounging for anything, and it's Cole Perfetti again, tipping this one home with under 3 seconds left on the clock, tying this one, sending it to overtime. Connor Hellebuyck standing tall, looking confident, and you kind of got that feeling as overtime went on. The chances that the Blues had, they weren't phasing Helly. He was controlling everything. He was in the zone. He was the guy that we've been used to seeing all season long. The Vezina Trophy winner, the arguable Hart Trophy winner. And he came up big. Double overtime. Neil Pionk, who I'm going to talk about a ton later, drops a blast. Adam Lowry tip. This one's over. Adam Lowry sends the Jets to the next round in double overtime. Absolute scenes at the Canada Life Center in the whiteout. This might have been the most entertaining, the most insane win in Jets 2.0 playoff history. This may beat the one in 2018 against the Nashville Predators in Game 3, where the Jets came back from 3 down to win that game. This may be better than the one against the Edmonton Oilers in the bubble when the Jets were down 4-1, came back to win it with Nick Ehlers in overtime. This may be the game of all time. What a night in Winnipeg to send them to the second round for the first time since 2021. Who am I the happiest for today? It's Connor Hellebuyck. This was an insanely tough series for him. He came through the first 2 games, and I really did think that, hey, we've got a different team in front of him. We have a different goaltender this year. We all seem more mentally sound, and that all came crashing down in St. Louis. The Jets got embarrassed twice. Connor Hellebuyck got pulled twice. It was not good. We head over to Game 6 back in St. Louis, same thing. And, just squeakers, just going by Hellebuyck. Goals that you can't even believe have gone in. It's just so weird to see a guy that's probably going to win the Hart Trophy this season let these goals in the playoffs. Like, the numbers were crazy, especially on the road. And we come back home here in Game 7 to watch Connor Hellebuyck, and, gets the jitters early on here. I believe his 2 goals on the first 4 shots was not good, but the rest of the way he looked really solid. Of course, there was that 3-1 goal, kind of tough there, maybe lost his net a tad, but in overtime, standing up tall for his team when he needed to, giving them that chance. And of course, it's Adam Lowry finishing it off, the captain. What a fitting way to end that one. The grindiest series you'll ever see, ended by maybe, one of the best grinders in the NHL right now in Adam Lowry. Absolutely incredible stuff. But, you just can't write this stuff. Absolutely scenes down at Canada Life Center. And I want to remind everyone that this was done without Mark Scheifele. Did not play in this game. Was done without Josh Morrissey for most of the game. Played about 2 minutes, had to leave. and did not return. So guys like Hayden Fleury had to step up. That was probably Hayden Fleury's best game of his career. He looked fantastic. He will be in the lineup game 1. I can promise you that. Now, Neil Pionk, the guy we're going to be talking about big time right now. 46 minutes played on the ice. I give, Neil Pionk a ton of flack, over and over, all the time. I wasn't thrilled when I saw that 6-year, $7 million, AAV contract. $42 million for the next 6 years for Neil Pionk. I wasn't thrilled about it when I saw it. But with Josh Morrissey down, he stepped up big time. Has had a great regular season. In the playoffs, I thought he's played pretty well too. But this was for sure the best game Neil Pionk has ever played. Just grinded it out there. Found another level to his game, and he really came through for the Jets today. This win would not be possible without number 4. What a game from Neil Pionk. And how about Cole Perfetti? Guy that was scratched just a season ago in the playoffs for the first 4 games against the Colorado Avalanche, was totally moved out of the lineup. And now this year, top 6, looked like he came into his own a bit. I thought he looked really good all series. But man, in this Game 7, when it mattered, he showed he has a clutch gene as well, scoring on the power play to get the Jets back into it, and scoring on the 6-on-5, tipping it home to tie this one and send it to overtime. Cole Perfetti, have yourself a day. Now I want to talk a little bit about the crowd, about the fans, about the community, and the organization as a whole. Because yesterday, that was pretty damn cool what the fans at Canada Life Center were able to witness, were able to put on their feet all overtime, all double overtime, and definitely after the goals, baby. What a performance by the crowd here in Winnipeg. They went nuts all game long. We're always behind the team, lively, still chanting MVP for Connor Hellebuyck when, he was struggling. They were still behind him. City never wavered. It was absolutely incredible watching, Kevin Cheveldayoff run down the stairs from the press box to go down to the locker room after the game. Watching Mark Chipman down in the tunnel, high-fiving, handshakes with the players after the big series win. It just illustrated how big of a win this was for the city, for the franchise. This is a franchise-defining moment. The Jets beat the fraud allegations. No more fraud squad. I think that's gone. We'll head to round 2 for the first time in a while. Long time coming for the Jets, and it was pretty cool. I came into this one thinking, this could legitimately be the most important game in franchise history, with how the past few years have gone. And I say that because, we look at what happened before in the last couple of seasons. Connor Hellebuyck hasn't played great. The Jets have imploded on themselves, haven't looked mentally tough, and they kind of leaked into this year. And when it looked the bleakest with under 5 minutes to go, Jets have the goaltender pulled. They're able to scrounge together 2 goals late to propel themselves to extra time, and Adam Lowry finishes it off, and they're able to slay the demon. And, I just can't imagine how that feels for this team, for this core. Been trying to get over that hurdle for a few years now, have not been able to do it, and now they finally get past it. They're doing the post-game interviews, all those guys holding back tears. But you got to feel good for these guys, man. You got to feel good for Adam Lowry. Got to feel good for Connor Hellebuyck. Everybody that stepped up. This group really played lights out. Congratulations, Winnipeg. Have a day. You deserve it. And this was just round 1, right? Lots to come. Jets are going to have home ice advantage. They will be playing on Wednesday against the Dallas Stars, who had their own fun comeback of their own against the Colorado Avalanche in their own Game 7, just a day before this one. Absolutely unbelievable story for both teams. Both teams will come with, not a lot of rest. Some guys, key players on both sides hurt. We'll see what, the injury reports look like as the week develops, but we'll talk about this series, another day. For right now, I want to celebrate. We'll have a Jets and Stars playoff, series preview coming up in the coming days here before the series starts. But Winnipeg, enjoy this one today. You absolutely deserve it. What an incredible moment for the team, for the city, and the Jets get past the St. Louis Blues in 7 in the most dramatic way possible. But what do you guys think? I gotta hear it in the comments down below. How are we feeling, Jets fans? I'm, just still totally in shock. Still can't believe it happened. But I want to hear from you. Let me know how you guys feel about this one and how you feel about the upcoming series. I'm out of here, guys. Leave a comment down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.